Hi guys, welcome back. So I want to talk about the players that have been left out of the squad now in a bit more detail and do it in a fun way. I'm going to put together a snub 15 versus a 15 that are actually in the British and Irish Lions squad, just for fun really, but really just to highlight the quality of players that have been left out. There's always going to be quality players left out of the Lions. However, because of the shock inclusions this year, which I think are more than normal, there are more quality players actually left out. And I think maybe you could put together a 15 that you could argue has a better chance against the Springboks than some of the Lions 15s they could put out. But anyway, let's get into it, have a bit of fun. And also, if you haven't entered my giveaway competition for 2 Lions training shirts, links are in the description below with all the terms. So please do enter that for free. That would be great. Okay, let's get into it. Here's my snubbed 15. I have cheated a little bit. I have put some slashes in there, but I just want to show all these players that have been left out. So, Cian Healy, Turner and Sinclair. Now, could they take on a Lions 15 that had a front row of Mako Vunipola, George, Xander Fagerson maybe? I'm not saying this Lions 15 I'm putting up is a weak 15 as such. I'm just saying I got a feeling that this snub 15 could beat them more often than not. So what do you think? Could they get the upper hand on them? I mean, why was Sinclair snubbed? That's a tricky one. Listening to the explanations of the coaches, I think there's a bit more to it, possibly around his settling into Bristol, maybe not being into the starting team as much as they'd like. However, if there was an injury, I'd expect him to go along. They did talk again about Porter being able to play both sides of the scrum, which I'd mentioned in my reaction video, but then I kind of dismissed really because they had 3 of each prop. So I think that's a little bit of a get-out clause, a bit of a smoke and mirrors there. Anyway, would that front row beat that Lions 15 front row? Second row, these 2 guys are absolutely gutted. Do you remember the last Lions tour when there were all those memes about Joe Launchbury not missing out? Well, these 2 I think have bigger cases than Launchbury did. James Ryan, Johnny Gray, very consistent performers. Johnny Gray especially in this Six Nations. Ryan's been good, maybe slightly below his best. But could those 2 take on a second row of Johnny Hill, say, and Courtney Laws? Certainly physically. Do you think they would get the upper hand? Back row. Look at this back row we could put out. Richie or Navidi at 6. In all the discussions, in all the comments, videos, very split between whether Richie's better than Navidi or Navidi better than Richie, but they're very close. And as an out-and-out 7, Underhill's been left behind. Fully fit now, raring to go. That's a good set of flankers. And then the mysterious CJ Stander exclusion. You know, could they take on a back row of, say, Simmons, Tipuric and Conan? I think maybe so. CJ Stander, interestingly, no questions asked about him really in the Lions conferences. No mention of him from the Lions coaches particularly. I don't know, I think maybe there's a bit of a gentleman's agreement just to leave him alone, keep quiet. He's moving back to South Africa, maybe he doesn't want any hassle, whatever. Anyway, at the moment, we're just assuming he wasn't picked. So that's my pack. Would it beat that Lions 15 pack? At 9, I was hoping Thomas Williams was going to get picked. I completely understand that he hasn't played much rugby and Gareth Davis went above him, I guess. But how would they square off in a head-to-head? I've got a feeling that Thomas Williams will become the slightly better scrum half, but we'll see. Sexton, not included. I hadn't included him because of fears of his durability, basically, and that was confirmed as the reason by the Lions coaches. But still, he's performing at a very high level. Brilliant when he played for Ireland in the Six Nations. So him up against Russell would be a fascinating battle. Many thought that it was Russell and Sexton. The rumours were that they were battling between one of those for selection. In the centres, there's a lot of good centres left out. The experience of Jonathan Davis, then the excitement and skill of Ringrose and Slade, either of those at 13. Are they slightly better than a midfielder, say Farrell at 12, Aki at 13? Because Aki does play a lot of 13. Maybe. On the wings, Johnny May versus Josh Adams. Keith Earls was brilliant in the Six Nations. Barely put a foot wrong. Could he get the better of an inexperienced Rhys Zammit? Maybe. And then at 15, Keenan or Halfpenny could easily come in at 15. Classy players. Halfpenny obviously been there, done that. Could they take on a fullback of, say, Elliot Daly, who obviously plays fullback a lot for England? Anyway, it's a bit of fun. There's a snub 15. There's a potential Lions 15 that they could put together. Which one would you think would actually win a match between the two more often than not? But the main point is, what do you think of those snub players? Do you think there's some big mistakes in there? If so, let me know. What's the biggest mistake of the guys that are left behind? And who's first on the plane if there's an injury? Anyway, guys, good stuff. Let me know. Enter the competition if you want to, and I will catch you next time.